organizers. They've done a fantastic job. Yay! 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 That is probably the only applause I'll get all night. But nonetheless. So I'm very inexperienced at this. And that is your cue to lower your expectations. Like, even the organizers knew that I was going to be horrible. That's why they kept me dead last. They're like, 9 funny people, then we'll let him go and have his little bit of fun that he wants to have. Right, so because I'm very inexperienced, I went around looking for a lot of advice. And the most striking bit of advice about comedy that I got was, there's no such thing as a tough crowd. Only shit material. And I'm like, geez, mother, thank you for your sagely advice. That's one way to tell me I'm adopted. Anyhow, so I'm Indian, that's fairly obvious. Even Ray Charles can see that. That's a good laugh. But that's not a very good joke. The reason why I put that joke in was because I always do that joke with Stevie Wonder, but I feel that Ray Charles gets left out of all these jokes. So I might as well be an equal opportunity offender. I know like the 3 people laughing here, mostly laughing out of sympathy to the 2 very brilliant musicians, and not because I constructed that joke well. Anyhow. My audience, love you guys. Whoever said Germany didn't have a sense of humor. Right, so because I'm Indian, everyone expects me to go, hey, what are you wearing? And that's not correct for 2 reasons. 1, because it's a cheap stereotype. And 2, because that's a creepy sentence. Nonetheless, right? Because I'm Indian, you expect me to come up with that. But that's not really true. Because after 200 years of the English coming over and trying to teach us their language, we've become sort of okay at it. We still speak in a really funny voice most of the time. I mean, I'm the most normal sounding Indian possible, so you know that's a bad thing. Very normal. You guys are lovely. I make fun of myself and you guys laugh. This is great. Yeah. So basically, right, what happened was that we guys didn't quite understand order. And that is why I love Germany. Because one thing that I learned in Germany is how to cross a road like a human being. Oh my God. Like the first time I was on Leopoldstrasse, and I was like, this is a huge road. And a car crossed by, and I tried to walk. I got pulled back, and somebody just looked at me and went, 9. I was 6'2", bulky, and, well, German, yes. And I am very, very shy. So I just looked at him and went, what did I do? And he goes, he realized I didn't know German and then went, there's a car. And I just looked at him and went, there's just one car? When does that ever happen in India? And people lie to you. They lie through their teeth. They go like, in India, you have to look 2 ways to cross a 1-way street. And I'm like, bullshit. You have to look 2 ways to cross the sidewalk. Because sometimes there's a scooter, a bicycle, and a really large human being there. And you don't know which one's the most threatening. But the only way to get away from that, and that's when you realize sometimes why people don't quite understand how to navigate India. You see that on the sidewalk, and I kid you not, this is not a stereotype, you see a cow on the sidewalk where there's supposed to be only people. And you're like, that's the thing. We've understood utilization in a completely different way. This is how we cross the road. When you have 20 cars whizzing in one direction and 2 in the other because they felt like taking a turn afterwards, the only way to make them stop is to slightly nudge the cow on the road. I kid you not. I kid you not. There could be 20 people on the road, an Indian car is not going to stop speeding. That could also be because they have pretty piss poor brakes. But, they're not going to stop for people. But you put a cow on the road and traffic is blocked. And you're just like, did you forget the memo? What species do you belong to? And beef is really nice. Why? We've never figured this out. How? That's just weird. But there are many things that we do wrong, we do weirdly, yes. But there's some things that we end up doing right. And despite, coming out here and bitching about my city, my country to you guys, there's one thing that we did. In 2009, Delhi decriminalized homosexuality. Can we have a round of applause for legalizing gay marriage in Delhi? And no, this is not me coming out of the closet. No. There's no. This is not why I didn't get my girlfriend to the show. No. That's not. But the thing is, we slightly forgot the society we live in, and we're like, gay marriage is great, but then we have arranged marriage. And what would be great if we had arranged gay marriage? That would be phenomenal. Just Indian mothers going, I need a beautiful groom for my son, but he also needs to be well educated and fair complexion. I don't know what we love about fair complexion. We're not finding many of them. We're producing like crazy, but we're not producing any fair complexion people. We're 1.3 billion, and we're still hoping that the next one will somehow be blue-eyed. I don't know what is wrong with us. But that's the thing. I love the fact that we've legalized gay marriage, because that means there could be homosexual Indian weddings. That would be fantastic. Because at Indian weddings, the groom enters on a horse. If you have a male homosexual Indian wedding, both the grooms would enter on a horse. You could convert a wedding into a fucking horse race. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear there. It was just that the sentiment came out really well. And that, again, is a fucking horse race, and not a fucking horse race. We haven't gotten that far. I am more embarrassed that joke is about English semantics than I am about the fact that joke has swear words in it. But the last thing I'm going to say, because long night, Friday, everyone needs to get up on time for work. I know, I hadn't heard of that concept before. But the last thing is, I live now in Garching, and that's the one thing I really want to use this platform to, just open up, because I haven't done enough of that now. The thing is, I live in Garching, and Garching has a total of 10,000 people. You know what we call 10,000 people in India? Family. You guys have been fantastic. Never let anyone tell you that Germany is not funny.